In our study of African authors, we will also be learning about the African countries in which they were born. This provides us with the opportunity to take an international trip and learn more about the African continent itself. Our first stop on this journey is Nigeria, a large country in West Africa and perhaps its most populated. The country's official name is the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as it consists of more than 30 states. It is said that 500 languages are spoken there, though the official language is English, having much to do with the fact that Nigeria was formerly colonized by the British. Our next stop is still within the country of Nigeria. We're just moving farther west into Yoruba areas. Whereas the Igbo are generally in the southeastern part of the country, the Yoruba are located in the southwest, and they are one of the largest ethnic groups in Africa. The language spoken is also Yoruba, and the religious practices form the basis for many of the Afro-Atlantic religions that continue to flourish in the Americas. Religions like Candomblé in Brazil, Santeria in Cuba, and Vodou in Haiti. This reflects the fact that Africans brought into the Americas as part of the transatlantic slave trade brought more with them than just their labor. We're still not leaving West Africa just yet, though we are moving to another country. Senegal, officially the Republic of Senegal, has the Atlantic Ocean bordering its west side. When you look at a map of Senegal, you will see a distinct strip of land located within its borders, which is another West African country called the Gambia. The largest city in Senegal, however, is Dakar, which also became Senegal's capital when the country gained its independence from France. The official language there is French, though as with other African countries, many African languages are spoken there, and the country's single largest ethnic group is Wolof. We're now heading for Egypt, which takes us on a diagonal route to the northeastern corner of Africa. Officially the Arab Republic of Egypt, it is said to have the largest Arabic population in the world. The official language is also Modern Standard Arabic, though other varieties of Arabic are spoken. The Sahara Desert, which stretches across the top of the African continent, encompasses a large part of Egypt's landscape. However, urban areas are located around cities like Alexandria and Cairo, the latter being the modern capital. The country is bordered on the north by the Mediterranean Sea and on the east by the Red Sea, and 90% of its people are said to practice the religion of Islam. Excluding the recent unrest there, Egypt has been of interest to tourists eager to see the pyramids of ancient Egypt that still remain. Moving in almost a straight line down the continent, we arrive in the Republic of South Africa. Located on the southern tip of Africa, it is divided into 9 provinces and now has 11 official languages. 9 of those languages are African languages, which include Xhosa and Zulu, and the other 2 are English and Afrikaans. Additional African languages are spoken there. However, South Africa is known for its apartheid system of racial segregation, officially in place from 1948 to 1994. During this time, Afrikaner minority rule was maintained, though the majority of the population consisted of black Africans. The system came to an end in 1994 with the election of Nelson Mandela. At this point, we're going to leave Africa briefly in order to acknowledge the birthplace of filmmaker Suzanne Paulson. Therefore, we will move diagonally across the South Atlantic Ocean in order to arrive in Martinique, a small island located in the southeastern part of what is called the Lesser Antilles. This term refers to the smaller islands of the Caribbean, the Greater Antilles consisting of the larger islands like Cuba and Jamaica. However, the smaller islands have additional designations, so Martinique is one of the Windward Islands, meaning that it is exposed to the winds. As an overseas region of France, the official language is French, though many of its people also speak what is known as Antillean Creole. The majority of its population is Africa in origin, which speaks to the reach of the transatlantic slave trade, since the Caribbean is home to an African diaspora living outside the United States. However, we must now head back to South Africa, the site of Palsy's film. A brief stop at the city of Pietermaritzburg in the South African province of Natal is where Bessie Head was born. But since she lived in the country of Botswana during the latter part of her life, we will head due north. The Republic of Botswana is a landlocked country in southern Africa that borders South Africa on the north. Formerly known as the British Protectorate of Buchananland, Botswana is said to be comprised of 8 ethnic groups that are collectively known as Botswana, and they speak the language of Tswana. The Basara, or San people, however, form a small percentage of the population in Botswana, and though considered members of the oldest culture in the world, they have traditionally been regarded unfavorably in the country. Leaving southern Africa, we now head north until we reach the East African country of Kenya. Lying on the equator along the coastline of the Indian Ocean, Kenya is home to many diverse peoples, the Kikuyu forming the largest percentage. However, tourism there might have made the Maasai the most recognizable group. Historically, Kenya is known for the fierce battle it waged against the British under colonialism. The lands occupied by British settlers were in the central uplands of the country and became known as the White Highlands because of the white presence. Kenya's name is from Mount Kenya, which is the second highest mountain in Africa. For the last stop on our journey through Africa, we will go back in time to the ancient kingdom of Mali. This means that we will head back to West Africa, though ancient Mali is not to be confused with the modern country of the same name. The Mali Empire was located just below the Sahara Desert and was said to have encompassed the southern part of present-day Mali and the northern part of present-day Guinea. It was founded in the 13th century by Sunjata Keita, who, after being victorious in battle, recognized the importance of establishing trade with other peoples, thus expanding the Kingdom of Mali into an empire. One of the major cities was Timbuktu, which was said to have housed a library and a university.